Well, this is a headline that we haven't seen in a while since it's pretty much been legalized. Headline at ESPN. Alabama's Aden Holloway arrested facing felony marijuana charges. Marijuana? Weed? In the year of our Lord 2026, we're still arresting people for weed? Me personally, I don't puff the Magic Dragon. I did for many years, and I don't have anything against it. I just think daily dosing the dragon completely eliminates any and all motivation. It eliminates your drive to do anything productive. And you're lying to yourself if you say that it doesn't. And the reason I know you're lying is because I used to make that same excuse when I was consuming God's grass on a daily basis, until one day I finally decided to grow up. In the case of Aden Holloway, he wasn't arrested for hanging out with Cheech and Chong in his dorm room. More than likely, he could have gotten away with that. Highly doubt Nate Oates is kicking his second best player off the team because he's zoning out in his dorm room after practice. Aden Holloway was arrested for allegedly selling it. Cops busted him with over a pound along with paraphernalia and cash. As a result, Alabama announced Monday morning that Aden Holloway was removed from campus and subsequently kicked off the team. And it couldn't have happened at a worse time for the Crimson Tide because here in about 72 hours, Alabama begins their quest for a national championship. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. Here's what I don't understand about this situation and arrest with Aden Holloway. If this had happened 10 years ago, I could somewhat sympathize with his situation. Broke college kid. He's not exactly a major star, so he likely wouldn't have been getting paid under the table. He's looking to make some extra money, so he's selling weed to his college friends. Even though it's illegal, I could at least understand it. But nowadays, with major college basketball programs willingly paying their players, why in the hell would you need to break the law to make some extra money? Coming out of high school, his NIL valuation was around $45,000 a year. Now, for an adult raising a family, $45,000 a year will have you living in poverty. Didn't used to be that way, but thanks to our former fearless leader, Johnny B. Biden, inflation has decimated families who used to be able to live on $45,000 a year. But for a college kid whose living expenses are paid for, I would assume that the team is providing meals. He doesn't have monthly bills while living in the dorms. Aden Holloway should be living good in Tuscaloosa on $45,000 a year. And that was his valuation coming out of high school. I would imagine that he's making significantly more money being the starting point guard on one of the best teams in the country. So why in the hell would he risk his career? Why would he risk legal money to make a few dollars of illegal money? Uncle KC, maybe he was doing it for the street cred. Maybe he was trying to be down with the homies. Down with the homies? You know what down with the homies gets you? It gets you a 6x9 cell where the only thing down is your future and your pants as your cellmate Rufus removes them. This is a major loss for Alabama. Aden Holloway is a dynamic scorer, pretty good defender. Hard to replace 18 points a game in the span of 3 days. I don't think they'll have a problem with Hofstra in the first round, but anything past that point and any potential championship aspirations, those are gone. Hopefully, Aden Holloway learns his lesson. Kid's 21 years old, 21-year-old dudes, not exactly known for their judgment. Now, of course, his attorney, he's claiming that the pound of potent pot the cops found was for personal use. I know it's been many years since I have been familiar with this particular industry, but I remember a quarter, half ounce being considered personal use, maybe 2 ounces. But once you start getting into the poundage, it was no longer for personal use. At that point, it was considered to be a profitable business. Obviously, Aden Holloway ain't going to jail, but more than likely, his collegiate basketball career, at least at Alabama, is over. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later on the main channel.